Back in action once again. Hello everyone, I'm Uncooked, once again joined by Bozamax, and hopefully this time things ride out better than the last. Hopping into the chilly Alps in France, it's Chalet coming here for you live in the ESA Cup Season 5, and we're jumping straight in to the operator bans. Obviously, coming in here we have Odessa Esport versus Team Villains. Villains starting out on the defensive side. You all saw the map veto on screen just a moment ago. So yeah, and we start off with an Ossa ban, which is I'll be honest, not the most surprising of bans. Also, can be very helpful, especially on Chalet, thinking about maybe attacking that basement or even on the top floor, using those Talon 8 shields to just gain pressure to push in further forwards is very helpful. Though this is a more surprising ban. Ace being taken off the board by Odessa. Yeah, they're starting out on the attack as well, so hopefully they've got some ideas around this. Obviously they've still got Thermite, they've got Thatcher as well, Hibana's available too, and the secondary hard breach. So it's not like it's the end of the world, but Ace has one of the quickest deploying hard breach gadgets, and also can be ranged, so it's very helpful. And again, on defense, a Thunderbird ban. Obviously that operator, the salvation stations, the and heal you right back up. Very helpful, always helpful to have. And Azami as well, one of the newer operators, and certainly very strong. Those keeper barriers just yeah, make things very difficult. So I think we're gonna welcome Bozamax in here now. Looks like
exactly
everything's all sorted.
Yes, thank you for the wonderful introduction. Yeah, I'm so happy to be back. Of course, me and Uncooked, you haven't seen us since basically the Season 4 finals of ESA, and we're so glad to be back after a rough start for the first match of the day. Obviously, because of the Ubisoft servers, which were having some issues, we're finally back, and we can start with the second match, basically, although it will be the first match that will be played. Odessa versus Villains on the map Chalet, as Uncooked already informed you guys. So for this first round of this match, we'll actually be going to the games bar bomb site. That's always has been an interesting one, and especially since the rework of this map, it has definitely gained some preference, and I always love to see it. Mira is brought on the board, so I think this is going to be a very interesting defense right here.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think Bar is sort of living a second life here, because recently in Chalet history we've kind of seen it fall out of favor, but it's coming back in again. It's sort of the ever-evolving meta of Rainbow Six Siege is truly something, but looks like that Bar gaming is a bit more common now than it used to be. Maybe a few months ago. And yeah, like you mentioned, there's Amira Solis as well, a very impactful operator just being brought in this past season, and can spot out any active electronics for the attackers through the walls. I think it's got about a 20-meter range on it or something like that, so certainly very strong.
Yeah, basically, basically like the IQ for defense, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Very helpful for spotting out drones. Flank drones are almost like a thing of the past, or not really, but you have to be more careful with what you're watching, because obviously the Solis is in play. We've seen them get banned quite a bit, but you can see them having to get off cams more often. Did actually spot out that player and caught out by Xerox on the rappel. So the drone, just like I said, Solis can counter these drones, gets caught out by one instead, and will be the opening kill of this matchup. And it looks like there's even more pressure in other areas of the map. This top floor sweep,
yeah, with the first player
going to be coming through.
With the first player being off the board for the defensive side, things are certainly going to be a bit more easy for the attacking team here. One less player to worry about. So lots of droning is still happening, and we still have 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Lots of time to work with, and especially as the Jaeger gets taken out and followed by Superior being taken out, which was the Wamai. things are taking the worst turn here for the defending team, as there's only 2 players remaining in this 5 versus 2 matchup for this first round of this tournament, basically, of this league, as it's the first match that's actually being played, with the previous match being cancelled or which will be moved. But so far, 5 versus 2 with only 2 defenders alive versus 5 attackers. This is going to be a hell of a tough job for the remaining defenders to pull this off if they want to.
Absolutely, it's all down to Rob and Palcook. Mira and Frost, certainly 2 very strong operators. Obviously, Frost did just get recently a bit of a nerf, but it doesn't matter when you hit the head. That's Cuman going down, but quickly traded out by Xerox. That's his second on the round. And now, Psyche is getting the plant down. Rob has to clutch this 1 versus 4. Not going to be able to do it. Xerox, good 3k to start things out here, Max, as that's Villains getting an early lead 1-0.
Yeah, a beautiful way to start the first match of today, of this competition, and basically just your first round. A perfect way to start it. Of course, the first tone is now set. It was a pretty one-sided round so far for Villains, where they were clearly dominating the other team. So of course I must give them such a good feeling of confidence, and Odessa they know what they're up against. Lots of new teams right here, new players we might not even know. Also, one thing to point out, I don't know if they're actually happening here right now. No, every single player is from PlayStation, but this is also the first time in ESA that we are working with cross-platform, where now Xbox players are also allowed to play in this competition. So technically, I am not entirely sure in what term we have Xbox players. I think we do. Maybe one of the board members can confirm that, but yeah, technically there's a chance that we will eventually see Xbox players, which will be new to the PlayStation scene, or like to the console scene in terms of ESA. But yeah, like a lot of teams, players don't really know each other, they don't know what they're up against. But yeah, Odessa did set the first tone, and Villains now know what they need to be worrying about, because it's a good team.
Yeah, absolutely, and obviously ESA has expanded as well from 16 to 32 teams. So just to explain the format quickly, we have 4 groups of 8 teams each, going to be playing in a round robin sort of format, and then we have a 16-team double elimination playoffs with advantage for the first place and a bit of a disadvantage for 4th place from each group, similar to what we saw of the playoffs of the most recent 6 Invitational. It's going to be that sort of format there. Yeah. So a lot of siege coming your guys' way. Obviously, these groups are all best of 1, but with 8 teams, it's going to provide a lot of high-quality matches for everyone to enjoy.
Yeah, and the good thing is, like, basically with the current format, in upcoming 7 weeks is when the group stages will be played out, with matches being scheduled every single day. We'll try our uttermost best to bring as many of those matches to you live on Twitch as possible. We might not be able to do every single match, but the majority will likely be broadcasted, so that's a big plus compared to the previous season, where now many more matches will be broadcasted.
Yeah, very much expanded production team here as well, as the first bit of heat comes through on Solarium. Natsakashi finding the opening kill on Odessa. Once again, starting things out well here. That's Palcook going down. There's a Frost in the last round. Now on the Alibi, but not going to be able to use that MX4 Storm for the remainder of this round. Half of it has gone. Minute 30 remaining. Is good amount of progress on this top floor, but Villains once again going for that bar games. It looks like they're holding on a bit better this time.
Yeah, flashbangs being thrown there to, of course, burn the ADS, so eventually Nate can be thrown to deal with that Mujammer place right there. Either the Nuke or the Yana could deal with that, and that way they can eventually start breaching this wall, which will now start happening. Although I did hear some X-Cars being placed, I'm not entirely sure where. Or they have been placed on top of the Mirror window. A great way to deal with a very strong position for the Mirror to play in. Mirror is not currently playing there. I'm not sure if anyone is playing there whatsoever. It's just Sapir who's playing just a little bit in the area, but in the end he is way too busy with all the flashbangs being thrown at him and with all the pressure that's coming towards him, so he cannot man the mirror at the moment, which is a huge win for the attacking team, as it will be much easier for them to take control. Whether you're gonna get a kill on Akashi and then Psyche on with a kill on CSA with like Shane with a kill up Psyche, and Superior with a kill on Cuman. So many new names, but such a big kill feed happening right there. It's just kill after kill. The Wamai getting a kill there on Shibuya, with then Xerox getting another kill there. It's a 1 versus 2 with only the Nuke being alive in this 1 versus 2 situation. finding the mirror, taking her out. It's just a 1v1. Where's the smoke? He's currently playing on the hallway towards Mushroom. He gets spotted, and Naze gets thrown in his direction. There's just 5 seconds. The Nyx should go for the kill because she does not have the diffuser, and it gets thrown. Actually, he hits the nade, and that's it. I was like, why are you throwing the nade? The room is so big, the Muse could easily dodge the nade. This is costing you way too much time, but he gets the kill. Such a beautiful way to finish that second round, and it's another win right there for Odessa. And yeah, 2-0 score.
Yeah, absolutely. And starting things off strong here on Chalet. Obviously, attack does tend to be a bit more favored when you're looking at this map, but Villains now have gone away from that bar games. It hasn't really worked out for them. Instead, opting to go to that top floor, master bedroom and office. And what's your opinions on this site? Because opinions are very mixed in Siege. So I want to get your take on this bomb site.
So first of all, it's a good bomb site. Let's just say that. I think every single bomb site on the map Chalet can be played. It just really depends on how you do it. In terms of what they've been doing, it's good. Like in terms of defense, they're really trying to hold the top floor as long as they can, which will waste a lot of time. And as long as they have control over the top floor, it will be very difficult for the attackers to take control over the floor right below them, where the bomb site is, because of course there's 2 hatches, there's breakable ceilings, so holding the top floor does give you some control over the bomb site itself. And at the same time, holding it does waste a lot of time for the attacking team, who also wants to get control over the place above the bomb site, as they can use it to make it very difficult to defend the bomb site. So in terms of this bomb site, it's a very smart one, and they played it well. Just execution, I think, could be improved. Like, they lost too many lives too early on. They gave too much control to the attacking team. If they will be able to hold on longer and at least get a few kills, I think it will be much more difficult for the attacking team to actually get some progress going. And then we might actually see a defense win right there. But bomb site, it's a good one. No doubt.
Yeah. I tend to agree. Honestly, I quite like the bomb site. I know it's not necessarily the most popular in the community at large, and no one quite to catch downstairs for Xerox. He's having an absolute blinder of a match, by the way, at the minute. 6 kills to 0 deaths. 3 kills in each round, which is certainly what you want. And now pressure being applied into this west main area. The vertical nade not going to be able to go off, as that's Char to pick that one up. And that's the first time that we've gone opening kill for Villains inside of this match. And that's going to give Odessa a bit of a disadvantage as they head into this second half of the round. Still trying to keep an eye on this vertical, and Palcook doubles down. That's Cuman gone, and looking for a second, the Mozzie is. But Kashi does have the cover on the window. Palcook's managed to sneak past. I don't know how he's done that. C4 comes out, not going to collect a kill, and he's just going to, like a snake, slither away into the bomb site, managing to evade the players of Odessa for now.
Yeah, currently the Mozzie being a huge win for the team, taking out 2 players, getting damaged quite a lot, but wasting so much time. In the end, it's the Frost with a kill there, another Odessa player, and then another one, the Mozzie with his 3rd kill for this round, if I'm saying correctly, and Frost with the final one there on Aksak, on the remaining player, which was Akashi, and this is the first round win then for the defending team, which is Villains, putting the score on 2-1. What a turnaround there for Odessa. Sorry, for Villains. What an improvement.
Yeah, absolutely. It seems like maybe they just weren't hitting their stride with that bar games, and they're going to continue to stay away from it. They now looking towards that basement, the wine cellar and snowmobile garage. This one, again, not necessarily the most popular. You tend to see the 2 mid-floor sites more often, but, you know, things can certainly... it all depends on how you play it, right? Teams a lot of the time on the attack now are liking this A-bomb site, the wine cellar, a bit more, taking more of this northern control of the map.
Yeah.
Especially if you have that hatch control and kitchen, so important. You can lock down the entire site pretty much from there. If you have an opening, say with an ace, obviously ace is bad, so you need a different operator, but line of sight on this northern wall that you can see that's looking towards car garage, all the way down into connector, and then open up the breach in the boiler area on the right hand side, right there. Thank you, Max. And you plant by the barrels. If you've got someone on the hatch and people watching the crossfires accordingly, there's absolutely no way that you're definitely going to get that plant down, and it gives you such a good position for the remainder of the round.
It does. Like both have their pros and cons. While maybe indeed the snowmobile garage might be just a bit easier to take control over, it does provide much less cover in terms of planting. So both really do have their pros and cons. And actually, one fun fact, we were talking about Xbox players before, there is actually 2 full Xbox teams in this competition. Which are, in this case, One Punch and Phoenix Pro.
Ooh.
That's really cool to welcome them, yeah. Indeed. But yeah, the game is going on. It's starting.
Okay.
Yeah. Mostly with
Char with a very early kill, looking to get a second as well, looking towards these west main windows. The pre-fire does come through, but nothing quite found. I believe that is Psych on the other side of things. And is Char going to go for a run out? I'm not too sure. I mean,
he was thinking.
He's thinking about it. It certainly could. There no claymores down yet. And, oh, that's the thermite off the board as well. Prime hard breach completely taken out. So that entire push that I was just talking about, null and void now. You can't really get into the bomb site in the same way.
Yeah, of course they still do have the hard breaching utility on the Ying right here, which can still do the job, but it will be much more difficult. Holt will be much smaller, which will make the things more difficult. Meanwhile, also the Nomad, unfortunately losing her life right there, is a 3 versus 5 right now. Still, the Thatcher being super duper scared of a potential flank happening through the hatch of Trophy, and then CZA getting taken out, bringing this round to a 3 versus 4. But still the defending side in the advantage, and 1 minute remaining. Also brings them in a little bit more of an advantage as the time works in their advantage. That's a lot of advantages in one sentence. But yeah.
Oh, and that's a good pick for Keeman, taking down Palkirk on this top floor. And now it's an equal man count, but the time still very much in the defender's hands. Only 40 seconds left to try and formulate and execute. And Odessa still aren't quite sure about the possibility of these flanks. All 3 players are on site with those pocket EMPs. Actually, no, not the pocket EMPs, just the regular EMPs from Thatcher. Going to be able to get that wall open as the Gemini clone does come running in. Going to spot out the Jaeger behind the pillar. Well, that's one position known. EMPs again coming through. Flashbangs as well. And this site is well and truly being attacked right now. 15 seconds left. It's going to have to be a rush. And here come the Candelas. But it's the defense that claim things through. C4 shot out. And that's 1 for Cumin in the clutch. 1 versus 2. Not quite able to find second. Diffuser down as well. 2 seconds left. He's going to have to try and plant this. And this is basically round over at this point. No way to win this, as there's the kill doesn't even come through. And that's Villains getting things up, drawing us level 2 rounds apiece.
Yeah, beautiful attempts of Villains, especially. Of Odessa with the Ying Candelas. They were super duper effective. Basically, every single defender was stunned at the moment they were hopping in. Unfortunately, they just didn't manage to get any kill of those. Instead, they got killed themselves. So very nice attempts, especially nice work with a little bit of time that was still available to them. But a nice counter of Villains and a nice deny of that attack, which led to them winning another round, putting the score on 2-2.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, staying away from bar gaming, just it didn't quite work out in the start. Instead, we're going to look towards kitchen dining for this round number 5, and certainly a much more popular choice. Solace being brought once again as well by Likeshine, and honestly, I can kind of see why. Again, Solace, very prevalent, very prolific, and gets the job done when you need it to be done. Especially, you know, those drones can be so pesky, and well, it certainly helps to remove that off the board.
I'm actually very surprised to see her being picked so much. like personally, I didn't have too much hope for her, like as being an operator will be picked so much, but in the end she does really really made her find a way into the meta, which I'm very happy to see. We cannot say that for every operator that enters the game, and it's really good to see that this new operator is being played quite a lot at this point.
Yeah, I feel like Azami as well. I was a bit concerned, but the Azami and Solace have both found their way into the meta. They're really, really strong actually, and it's not rare to see them banned out a lot of the time as the two bans. Obviously, Azami was taken off the board by villains, but you know, it's not uncommon at this point to see Azami Solace bans as the two defenders that are taken off the board. And this drone hole angle, Cumin nearly removes Palcook from the round this early, but just clinging on. About 10 HP left on that Jaeger. As now 1 minute has elapsed, and it's, well, looking.
It's looking, yeah, it's looking interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, attackers are losing some time. They have already wasted 1 minute and 10 seconds and haven't really been able to enter the building so far, it seems, and already managed to lose one of their first members, which is the Nomad, of course. One of those operations you don't want to lose early on, as she probably hasn't been able to place much of her gadgets so far. So they will need to be worrying much more about potential flanks happening at this point. The good thing is that they did manage to damage Jaeger quite a lot, so if they will end up in a gunfight with him, they might just win it a bit more easy. But at the same time, they need to hurry up a little bit. 1 minute, 20 seconds on the clock remaining. They're just entering the building right now. The Yana scouting ahead a little bit, finding the laser gate, and then Caesar with a kill there on Psycho, and Akashi with a kill there on Palcock. That's a 3 versus 4 right now in the advantage of the defending team. Termite also being very low in HP, does go for the first Termite charge, but it isn't even the bomb site itself. It's just to help them to get a little bit more entry, a bit more field to play in, but it doesn't help them directly to win this round.
Yeah, Dessa have stalled out massively here, trying to attack this top floor and move this upstairs hold, because without this top floor control, it's going to be very difficult to actually get into the bomb site. Impacts and everything going off right now, and that's Akashi with a second, despite the low HP, but Rob does claim that kill with the run out. Now, once again, disadvantage for Odessa, especially with how low Akashi is. One bullet will do the job. So it's all down to Cumin, really, to try and salvage this, but he gets run out on as well. Rob the villain with 2 inside of this round. And it's all on to Akashi. They started out so well, did Odessa, and well, it hasn't gone quite so well since. A third, but you get the sense that these are impactless kills right here. Only 1 second, no time even to get to the bomb site in time, and that's Villains taking the lead.
Yeah, Villains taking the lead right here, a 2-3 score as it is right now. So 3 rounds being won in a row, a huge comeback after losing 2 rounds in the first 2 rounds. So a huge accomplishment for them right here. We'll now be heading to the 6th round, the final round before the rule stop will happen. So the final round for Villains to play as defense. No, that's up to play as an attack. After this round, they will change, they will flip, and they will exchange sides, and then we'll see how things will be going. Will they play just as well, the teams, or will one of the sides will favor the other team, and will we see one team winning more and more rounds compared to the previous half? We'll find out in a bit.
Yeah.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Absolutely, and this time no Solace. We're seeing a similar sort of thing. I don't know if they quite had the smoke before, but we're seeing Palcook revisiting this Mozzie. Has been quite strong. Not necessarily even for utility, but has I mean, got gun skill certainly for it. Has delivered on that front. The P10 Roni, while it has that little ammo, it certainly does pack a punch. And yeah, it's looking like a similar sort of setup this time from the side of Villains, getting rid of sort of that mirror idea, and instead they bring along a bit more of a rounded lineup with the arena as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so now for the first time we're actually heading to this bomb site, right? Am I saying that correctly?
They played in round 3.
All right, my bad, my bad. But yeah, either way, we're heading to the bomb site for the second time then, and let's see how they will be doing. They did manage to win it for the first time they tried, so let's see if they will win it the second time. It's currently certainly Villains here on the win streak, 3 wins on a row. Let's see if they will be able to add another one and make it a 2-4, or will Odessa wake up again, and will they start winning rounds as well and make it a 3-3? First people.
That's the question, isn't it? I feel like if you're on the attack here on Chalet, you've kind of got to hope for that even half at this point, and that's not going to help. Like Shine taking out this highest fragger of Xerox. Human finds himself down. Psych as well is taken off the board, and things very quickly go from bad to worse for Odessa Esport, as now they're in a 2 versus 5 within the first minute of this round, and Villains look like they are going to take a heavy command of this first half. Flashbangs going through, and Shibuya finds their first kill of the map, but maybe just not quite the time for it. Rob does escape, but Takashi collects on that one. The hatch drop not successful. There is still that player. I think it might be Char downstairs in that sort of bar area, and yeah. Oh, he caught the glimpse of the backpack as well, but just not quite aware of it. But is on for the flank. Kashi needs to be very wary of the presence of this Frost here downstairs, because otherwise that will get very, very messy indeed.
Yeah, he might even be able to play from this hatch as a very sneaky angle. If any attacker would actually cross through this door, which they very well might just do. Actually, they might not, as they already have crossed that area. Oh, we will see it happen. Yes, he will. He will find one player. He almost would have been able to find 2. It's now just all coming down to the Termite in this 1 versus 3 situation. His position is known. He already ended up in a gunfight. The Frost, however, is rotating from the fireplace stairs, which will not allow her to find him. But in the end, it's the Jaeger with the final kill on the Termite there, on the blue stairs, the library stairs, with the final kill there. So that's another round win there for Villains, putting the score on 2-4, with which we'll now head over to the roll stop, where Villains will now need to attack, and Odessa will need to defend.
Odessa, they started out so well, but 4 rounds in a row for Villains. As soon as they ditched the idea of playing for that bar games defense, and well, man of the moment right now, Caesar 8 kills to only 4 deaths is pretty good scoreline, and we're seeing a bit of a less impact for some of the Odessa players. It's still fairly well-rounded, but you just then kind of missing something, that sort of critical link in their plans, and maybe they'll find it on this defense. Only time will tell.
Yeah, sure, there's a very good chance that the defense will just work a little bit better for them. You do have the advantage that you can just wait and let them come at you, where you don't need to play as aggressive as an attacking player. So the game style, the play style might certainly work just a little bit better for you. But let's see if it actually does. At the same time, Villains 2 points ahead of them, a good position to be in, especially for the first half of the round of the map. And I can imagine that they are feeling very confident at the moment, and this will likely work in their advantage from now on. But let's see how things will go. The second half of the map is starting right here. Let's see if Odessa will be able to make a comeback.
And they're going to need to get off to a flying start here. This round is quite critical, honestly, because if it gets that 5-2 mark for Villains, you get the sense that things will just sort of run away from Team Odessa, from Odessa Esport even, and that's definitely not what you want when it comes to this match.
Yeah, certainly not. A good thing to see is that actually the members here of Villains are making good work of their time. First attackers are already inside the building, taking the first bit of control. First shot even happening, first bit of damage even being done. I'm not even sure where exactly this is happening. It is the Valkyrie getting damaged, likely there by like Shane, who's playing as Diana, currently inside of kitchen. But it's the first gunfight happening throughout this second half of the map, which is good time management. Only 1 minute has surpassed so far, so still a lot of time for the attacking team to work with. So it's certainly a good start here for Valens, who's already in the lead anyway.
Yeah, you kind of want to see a kill coming through probably within the next 15 seconds or so, get to that half-round mark. And, well, that's not quite what I had in mind. Akashi takes down Caesar Palcook with the instant response, at least. Now it's a 4 versus 4 equal man count once again. But that certainly has put a bit of a break on things for Team Villains. Maybe needing to reassess the situation a little bit as the RC Rotero comes through, takes out that deployable shield, and that's Shibuya having to find a different route, find a different place to hide. Has found the mirror window inside of Killbox, but I believe there could be even a nade being cooked in to throw in there just at the right time. And it doesn't matter, Palcook does collect the kill in the end. L85 taking out the enemy Thorn. Only 1 kill to their name, and like Shane is watching, Xerox can't get anything done from that blue stairs position. 50 seconds left, and Villains are collapsing onto this bomb site. C4 up, doesn't even connect. That's more utility down the drain for Odessa Esports. Psych is watching this hatch, but could still get caught out like Shane. Does take a bit of a chip damage, but still wins that one. 1 versus 4 now for Cumin on the mirror. Has to hold on for another 30 seconds, and the RCE is making things a bit more difficult. Rob is going to collect that one in the end. Villains 5 rounds to 2, and more importantly 5 rounds in a row.
That's 5 rounds in a row, an impressive comeback, like we already said before, after losing the first 2 rounds, the first opening rounds of this match. And it's indeed a very good moment to actually call in the tactical timeout, which is coming from Odessa, obviously, as her 2-5 behinds right now. So they will now have 45 seconds to talk through the strategies, to see like, hey guys, what's going wrong? How can we improve? How can we stop Villains? Most importantly, how can we stop Villains from taking us out so easily? How can we stop them from winning rounds? And how can we perform a better defense against them to hopefully win some more rounds, bring things back to an equal 5 versus 5 to still have a chance to win this map. Because it is a BO1, there's no BO3, so losing this map means losing this match, which is not the worst thing. You will play a total of 7 matches during the group stages, so losing one doesn't mean terrible news, but still, of course, you would like to win as many of those as possible, because the more you win, the higher the chance you have to end up as first in the group, which will give you that advantage in the playoff stage, where you will start in the second round of the playoffs bracket instead of the first one. Or even if you end up as the 4th team in the playoffs, still you made it, but you will be playing down from the lower bracket, which isn't as ideal as playing in the upper bracket, of course. So therefore, winning rounds is important, even though you still have chances to win other ones if you don't. So yeah, they know what they're up for, they know what they're doing it for.
You want to start off well as well, is the thing. Like, setting a tone for, say, a season is very important, and I don't think people talk about that enough. That first match that you play, it can sort of set your mental in one way or another for the rest of the tournament, even. So, yeah, you want to get things going straight away, and like you say, maybe even get that first round bye if you come first in the group.
Yeah, sure, yeah, of course. Like many of these players already know each other, but some don't, so they don't really know what they're up against. And if you then get this first match like this, then it must be truly devastating, because you had no idea what to experience, what to expect. And of course, yeah, that makes it a really big bummer if you lose the first map like this.
Yeah, and even if Odessa lose, but it's 7-5, things might even come down to round differential to decide the placements in the playoffs.
Surely.
Every round matters.
Surely.
When it comes to this, especially when you're playing best of ones. So, anything that Odessa can get here is going to be important. But Villains, far and away, just playing like they want. But the timeout has come through from Odessa. They've had a chat about things, and hey, maybe they think they have what it takes now to bring it to Villains, who've had a bit of an easy run of things so far. Obviously, outside of those first 2 rounds, they've kind of been sweeping through things. It's quite often been 4v1, 3v1 in the final moments.
Yeah. Well, either way, with the first 1 minute and 15 seconds passing, there's actually the Blackbeard with the first kill there on Cuman, with Zayrox with another kill there on Pau Cook. That's one loss on each side, the dog versus the Sledge. I'm not very sure which one is the worst one in this case, but with the verticality being a good thing, it might just be a loss for the attacking side, even though they do still have the buck. And with a C4 from below, like Shane, does get damaged quite a lot, but is still in play with a gun in his hands. He can still be useful, and he will, because he actually gets a kill there on Psych, which brings us round to 3 versus 4 with 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining on the clock so far.
Yeah, Villains not deterred by that timeout from Odessa, looking to continue things here, and that does not look great for Odessa. Cuman having a bit of a disconnect in these final few rounds. It could be very, very important. Shibuya now, one of these last few defenders on the bomb site, takes out the Gemini Replicator, as Xerox and Akashi are here for support. Shibuya taken out though by Caesar. And Xerox is on this flank, but it looks like they're aware of his position. Rob with the headshot, and it's all down to Akashi. 1 versus 4. Again, a mirror in this clutch situation. And again, it just doesn't look likely, but 25 seconds certainly could hold on. C4 in hand as well. But it looks like Villains are just going to swarm into this position. C4 does not go off, and that's Caesar to collect. It's now map point, more importantly, match point for Villains, because they could come out of this with 3 points straight off the rip.
Yeah. Well, luckily the player is returning just in time for the next round, because they certainly will need him, especially since they're now 4 rounds behind and on match point against them, like you just pointed out. So luckily he is returning, so we can still play a 5 versus 5. But yeah, Odessa, they know what they're up against right now. They're 4 rounds behind. They need to win 4 rounds to turn the tide, to bring this map to match point. Oh, sorry, overtime, where they get another chance, 3 more rounds to bring things around. But things are not looking great at the moment. Like we said, of course, you would like to win this first match. But still, they will have many more opportunities in the upcoming 6 weeks after this. The funny thing about this first week is that every time a team 1 of each group will play against Team 2, Team 3 against Team 4, and 5 against 6, and 7 against 8. After which the next weeks this will be very different and way more randomized. But so far, this is the Team 3 and 4 of Group A. For the next weeks, we'll see many more of the other teams as well. But either way, they will have many other teams to play against. Maybe this is just not the good team, the right team for them. Maybe this is just one of those really good teams who will make it to the top 4. And that Odessa just has better luck with other teams. But so far, they do have a huge struggle against Team Villains.
Yeah, certainly not working out for them. And maybe there's, you can't always perform on the day, obviously. But,
yeah, true.
It does seem like, just looking for something more than they've brought to the table here inside of this matchup. Odessa, well, like I said, they started out so strong, and they just couldn't continue from there. Villains have well and truly run away with things here. If they win this now, it would be 7 rounds in a row, because Odessa just kind of fell apart from round 3 onwards. And yeah, just want something. Obviously, they have to play for OT here. Gone back to the kitchen dining, which, questionable decision, and Psych is getting taken down very low, and in fact taken out. That's Pau Cook with a second as well. That's Cuman falling as well. And could he get the freaking kill? Pau Cook! What a kill onto Xerox, and this could just be the nail in the coffin that Villains were looking for. Akashi does prevent the flawless onto Caesar, the Nitro Cell kill, but things are just falling like dominoes. Nade now being cooked down. And that is going to be Shibuya getting out of there. But Pau Cook on the hunt, looking for more. He's out for blood. And cause he get the 4th, just misses the mirror downstairs. Just misses the Kaid even, and that's going to be not the kill onto Sup here. The shield's coming in so handy for the Blackbeard. This is just Akashi, 1 versus 4, can't get it done. Like Shane, closes things out 7 rounds in a row for a 7-2 victory. Team Villains storm to the top of Group A here in the ESA Cup Season 5 opening match. And what a victory, what a way to start things out.
Indeed, a beautiful way to start this second match, technically first match on stream for this season, with Villains absolutely, with a great victory there against Odessa, winning with a 2-7 score, which will do, which will put them first in the group, of course, as they're the first match to be played in the group, but which will give them a nice head start, which will certainly be very useful for them. Luckily, this is not the end of today. We will have one more match today coming up for you guys, which is Unlimited versus NW. What does NW stand for again? Let me just quickly think. Nightwolves, thank you, was one of those teams which last minute switched names. So that's of course the next match that will be coming up. So let's talk a little bit more about this match before we'll be heading into the break, and we'll prepare the next match for you guys. But let's switch to the casters. So finally you guys can actually see our faces. We were already have this playing way earlier for this stream, but of course we had these issues earlier, for which reason we decided to skip this for a bit. But there we are, finally you're seeing our faces today, your casters. And let's talk about the match. An absolute great match, a beautiful match to start this day, this first stream, this first match. I think this will kind of set the tone for what we can expect of ESA season 5. Sorry, I think we will have a lot of teams this time. 32 teams compared to the 16 teams we had the previous seasons. Like last season, we had qualifiers where, of course, there were more teams, but in the end, only 16 teams went to the group stages, where we now have 32 teams, which is double the amount. And seeing from what the teams are looking right now, I think those teams are mostly very high quality teams. Like, I don't think there's any team that are like bronzies, goldies, or anything. I think they're all decent teams, like basically the best that Europe has to offer. And I'm super excited to see these teams playing. And I think this first match was just a perfect glimpse of what we might expect for more to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, that was certainly one to get the adrenaline pumping, certainly set the mood, and I'm now looking forward to that second game, Unlimited versus Nightwolf. I'd say Palcook in that final round, like that kill, just so crispy clean.
Yeah, almost like he went for the he definitely was going for the ace. In the end, he did only get 4 kills. He did get the 4th, right? Like the final kill was his as well, right? Or am I saying that wrong?
I can't remember.
Yeah, anyway, he got 3, almost got the 4th. He just didn't know where he just didn't know where the kid was playing. Like, he already hit him with the nades, which was just pure luck for him in this case, because of course he didn't see those outlines that we can see as spectator, as viewer. But he almost did get the kill there already, but he just did not check the right corner. Otherwise, it would have been definitely 4K, and then it would have just been the Mira, I think, who was like the last player alive. Would have been like the final potential kill for him. But yeah, either way, one more match coming up, like we said, Unlimited versus Nightwolves. We're just gonna head into a break, which will last about 15 minutes, I hope, and then we can hopefully be ready with the next match and the final match for today. So guys, stay tight, just grab a drink, just chill a little bit, and hopefully we'll see you guys very soon. So be right back.
Well, back we go into Chalet. We just saw Odessa defeated by Team Villain 7-2 on this very map. And we go again. Unlimited Esports versus Nightwolf Esports. And ESA Cup Season 5 is underway once again. Another Group A matchup for you right here. Unlimited starting on the attack and Nightwolf on that defense. I'm still uncooked, still joined by Bozamax for this matchup here, and Console Siege coming alive once again to watch these two teams play out. It's Flores taken off the board first of all. Obviously, very useful attacker, and take away the RC Rotaro is very useful. Knock as well can do such a good job at hiding. Obviously, the presence reduction takes away from cams, makes them a bit quieter as well. Really have to use your ears very carefully to hear that operator. So good to see her being taken off, and Valkyrie as well. Those black eyes, those cameras providing such useful intel, and especially on Chalet with how open of a map it is. It's not necessarily big, but there's a lot of nooks and crannies to hide those cameras in that won't necessarily be seen by the attack. And just coming in now, this final ban is Capcan. A bit more of an obscure ban, so to speak, but it's not difficult to see why.
Yeah, so now with the operator bans, we can finally start with this final match for today. Of course, obviously, unfortunately, the first match of today was unfortunately cancelled and will be rescheduled. So just keep an eye on schedules. Once we know the rescheduled date, we'll let you know once the first match of this group will be replayed, which was, let me just quickly remember, Arrow versus... Yeah, that was... It was Arrow versus High Voltage, yeah. Arrow versus High Voltage was the first match, which was rescheduled. But yeah, once we know, we'll let you guys know. And this is then the third match of Group A to be played, or that will be played, with just tomorrow, the final match, technically then, schedule-wise, of Group A, which will be Alpenfestung versus MVG Germany. After which most of Group A will have played, of course, with exception of the match that will be rescheduled. But yeah, the group will be starting to take some nice shape, obviously with Team Finland right now up top, as they won their first match against Odessa with a 2-7.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful match.
Oh, it was a very good match, absolutely. And you know, sometimes we just saw some very good play as well from those from both of the teams. It just seemed like Odessa were a little bit outclassed. But enough about this, and more on to this game right here, because well, we've got two more teams ready to step up to the palette, ready to get tested to see who comes out on top here. In the French Alps Chalet, of course, that's the map setting. And these cameras just being removed slightly, getting rid of all of this intel from the defenders as Unlimited start to push their way towards the building. And in fact, start to try and get some vertical down below as well. 1 minute has elapsed. We're seeing a steady stream of progress for this attack inside.
Yeah, meanwhile, the first attackers are inside of the building, which is in this case the Yana actually throwing the nade and actually finding the first player. An MVG tech right there. A little bit confusing, but it's Nightwolves playing against. But still, yeah, that's the first player off the board. It's currently the Jaeger playing downstairs here on Dining, who might be the second if he's not too careful. He's aware of where the attackers are playing, but even though that the Sledge is managing, the Thatcher is managing to get a kill there, right there. Oh, it was a Sledge. Sorry, I'm saying it wrong twice. It was a Sledge getting killed right there, which is another player there off the board, which was Bilal, bringing this round to 5 versus 3 right here. But still 1 minute and 15 seconds on the clock. An unfortunate smoke canister throw right there, but easily corrects it. And a nice position still to be playing. And from here, the smoke can contest the office wall very well. We just need to be careful because a lot of pre-firing is happening in his direction, and if he's not too careful, he might be taken out. But luckily, then Vasco with a kill there and Holy Butts, bringing this round to a 4 versus 3.
Yeah, a little bit of just stemming the bleeding there a little bit, but not for long, as that's Zachary finding Vasco in these final moments of the round. 2 versus 4 now for the defense to hold on. Nightwolf trying to get something done a bit more as Leb Kuken finds that kill with the SMG-11 as Eifel's going down. But still in that man disadvantage. Smoke canisters, Toxic Babes do ring out. And the hop-in does come through as well. Leb Kuken trying to hold the line here inside of Piano Hookah as well. And that's a lovely kill onto Zachary. And still in position, maybe not killing his teammate, but there's Becca Rose being felled by the Jaeger of Hookah, and now it is just a 1 versus 1 in this situation, only 8 seconds left. This round could possibly just be salvaged by the Jaeger, and he's going to swing out this ring around the Rose. He's here sprinting, not quite able to find the kill, and it's the pre-fire. Enemy does find it in the end, but only just Unlimited coming away with round number 1.
And it was so tense and extremely tense to watch. There's a Jaeger, like if he would have already dropped that hatch earlier on, he might have had a better chance, but it was just too risky. He just didn't exactly know where the Yana was playing, and just this cat and mouse game ending with the headshot right there, just in the final seconds, milliseconds, maybe even. A beautiful play right there from the Yana, and a beautiful way to start this first round of this last match of today. Unlimited 1-0. What a play right there. What an ending.
Yeah, absolutely. And Unlimited, bit of an underdog really inside of Group A, but they're starting it out strong here in round number 1. Obviously, they've in other tournaments they've played, they've been kind of grouped a lot very recently. So certainly not expected to make a bit of a run here, but obviously only time will tell. And well, it's certainly a good start for them. Envy as well. 3 kills in that round.
3 kills in a round indeed, which is of course a nice accomplishment for your team. To just do so much work for your team as well. Of course, it's a good thing. Also, Smoke did a nice thing for his team, 2 kills, which is also nice to see. But in the end, of course, winning the round is all that matters, which is unlimited. 1-0 going for the second attacking round right now. Let's see, same bomb side, so they know what they're up against. There might have just been some small adjustments from the defending team. I didn't pay too much attention, I must say, but I think it's mostly similar with just the smoke, and the smoke is still there as well. I think it's just mostly looking similar right now. Just mostly about the execution. If the defenders do perform a little bit better, they might just win this round, this time around. But the attackers at the same time, they know what they're up against, so they do have that little advantage of knowing what to expect right here.
Yeah, I don't think Vasco brought along the... oh, no, Vasco did bring along his army.
Yeah.
Never mind. I don't think the Warden... I think Warden is a change here,
might be.
From Justin, even though they was the opening kill. So, didn't really get to see much play, even if Warden was in that previous round. So, hoping to see a little bit more. And the Argus cameras from Zero, that's Holybuds playing on him. Just going to be used to gain some more of that information, and that's Bilal being taken out very early on. I'm not entirely sure where that was on the map, but Justin does actually get the opening kill, as Bilal obviously still downed, and that's Holybuds going down. Now only going to be able to provide support from the cameras, but Enevi does finish off that Moroccan player playing on the Aruni, and that's Nightwolf being brought level once again in terms of the 4 versus 4 we have in this round. 75 seconds still left to go, and it's good pressure out on the map from Nightwolf. They're still poking and prodding at these attacks and kind of forcing them to do things like this. Enevi, second kill of the round, that's taken out Vasco. And once again, we're seeing them be a very proficient fragger, but there's Justin second on the round as well, and looking to find Becca Rose, but just the ace getting the better of him. 50th. And it's a 2 versus 3 match.
2 versus 3 with 40 seconds remaining here on the clock. Smoke still having 2 of his canisters, just using that second one. Still good position to be playing in. Still 1 canister for the last, let's say, 30 seconds-ish, which he can use very well to deny some of the areas. He does find the sledge, but unfortunately he's just there. He doesn't know where to go. He doesn't know where the nades are laying, but in the end he does get taken out, injured and taken out, which leaves Hookah all alone. He's not playing Hookah, he is called Hookah, and it's in a 3 versus 1, where he's currently playing there in the master bedroom, just at the rotation from where he can try to contest the office area. But another nade is coming. This one is dodged, however, but the sledge is not dodged. He's taken out, bullet to the head, and this is another round for the attacking team, which is unlimited.
Yeah, unlimited actually doing better inside of that round, and from Nightwolf, hopefully they it's a similar sort of story, going to the same way. As the previous map, going to the same site twice, being losing twice. So hopefully Nightwolf can sort of learn from this, and they do. They go somewhere else. Kitchen Dining, in fact, which uses a similar sort of approach from both the attack and defense, but obviously there is that extra added layer of having to transition down from that top floor to the bottom floor, and that can really complicate things for the attack.
It surely will. We have seen this bomb site being played, of course, in the previous match, as Villa was also being played right there. So we already have an idea how Villa is being played. We already warmed up as casters. Of course, these players didn't play there yet, but we as viewers and casters, we already got a taste of this map. So we can really see what was happening. Last time we saw this map being played, I think it was mostly Defender. No, am I seeing a complete Defender wins? I think a bit even, actually. But either way, like, one of the things is just really wasting the time upstairs right there, which we do see some setup being happening there, some reinforcements, deployable shields, some lines of sight are being created. This all to deny the attackers as long as possible from taking the top floor control. We do see the buck, we do see the sledge, 2 valuable operators to take the top floor control and to make use of it. And by just denying them as long as possible, the defenders will highly improve the chance of actually winning this defensive round. Attackers,
absolutely.
yeah, attackers are now looking for the first way in. We do see some nice pre-placed drones, which are already gathering the first bit of information. It's just a moment of time, like a matter of time, for the first attackers to actually start playing up this information. Again, Yana, one of the players with nades, playing downstairs. We have already seen various nade kills from below today, so with the right kind of information, we might just see it one more time. Also, the hatchet has been opened up, a great way to deny rotations. We have seen it before in the previous map. That time it was the defender holding the rotation, but it might just as well work for the attacking team as well. So you need to be very careful for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Zachary taking some damage, but with the LMG on that gridlock takes out Justin. Opening death for Justin. 2 out of the 3 rounds here inside of this match. Certainly not a scoreline you want. Vasco, Dancer Death with a drone upstairs as well. And there's another one coming his way. So the attack just pressuring this position, and now Kukan taken by Envy through the window, and that's Zachary as well to confirm that kill. Second on the round, and again it's just this ever increasing pressure on the defensive position that we're seeing from Unlimited, just sort of hammering through the defensive positions. That's now top floor, almost in the control of the attackers. Bilal is still up here. That is Vasco as well. And in fact, does get that kill, now equal 3 versus 3. But now for very long, Becca Rose is, of course, upstairs as well. Bilal, shotgun out, hoping to bring the fight here to Unlimited. And that's a third. Becca Rose goes down. And now it is just iForce in this 1 versus 2 on the sledge, but does not have diffuser. No nades left as well, so going to have to win this just with the gun.
Yeah, he has an idea where the players are playing, but actually beautiful teamwork here from the remaining 2 defenders, just having nice cross angles. In the end, the Jaeger with the final kill right there. But I must point out, what a beautiful defensive retake from the top floor. At one point, there was actually not a single defender on the top floor anymore, but at that moment, we saw 2 defenders heading towards the towards the top floor. I think it was the Smokes together with the Azami. A very nice retake, which actually in the end, of course, resulted in them having 3 kills in total, and then the Jaeger also in the end heading upstairs to get the final one. A beautiful play from the defensive side here, which added then the first round win for this match, putting the score on 2-1.
Yeah, and maybe this is seeing a similar sort of thing in the previous game. Now Nightwolf can start to gain that momentum a little bit, and yeah, gonna be honest, if the rounds at the minute are going exactly the same way, even with the fact that the losing team ended up being on blue that got this first two rounds. So
10 seconds left.
yeah, certainly looking a bit scary that we might see a bit of a repeat. Hopefully, obviously we don't. We like to see diverse storylines here in our matchups, but you know.
Yeah,
maybe, it could still happen. Could happen. 7 rounds in a row for Nightwolf again, maybe?
Yeah, surely. Yeah, we've seen it before. Also, last time it started with 2 blue wins and then suddenly 7 orange wins in a row. So everything is possible. Being behind doesn't mean anything. And as long as you just keep up the momentum, keep up the faith in your own team, in yourself, in your teammates, you can make anything happen. Obviously, one of the absent players right now is the Mirror. We have seen it previous times, many times on the bomb sites like these, but this time the defending team, Nightwolves, have decided to not use her, which is totally fine, of course. You can just make some holes, you can put some cameras. Azami will also certainly do a great job right there. And it's very interesting to see how you can use different kind of lineups for each bomb site.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's an early piece of damage onto Typhus, but does find the kill. Only just, however, about 5 points of HP left on that Ying, but certainly not an operator that you would want to go out that early. Obviously, the utility that the Ying can provide with those Candelas in the execute, pivotal for how rounds play out. So good thing that, or good thing from Limited that that Ying managed to stay alive.
Yeah, great thing, of course. As long as you're like, as long as you have a gun in hand, you can make yourself useful. And this, a huge headshot there on Vasco. That's the Azami taken off the board. Of course, some of her gadgets was still recharging, so she could have used it a little bit more. But unfortunately, she did get taken out, meaning she will no longer be able to provide any assistance to her team any longer. But Nietas below with a kill there on Holy Butts, making things a little bit more easy for his team. As it's now a 4 versus 3. Still the advantage for his team. And then Zakuri with a kill on Bilal, bringing things back to a 4 versus 2. 2 men difference in the advantage of the attacking team at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just Hookah and Lepkuchen alive right now in this 4 versus 2, where Lepkuchen is playing on site, having a tough job right there with the SMG-11 in hands and only a shotgun as the other weapon, where Hookah actually doing a great job to support his teammate. Unfortunately, many Candelas, however, making things very difficult there for Lepkuchen, leaving Hookah right alone right now in this 2 versus 1 position. The Fuser is coming down from the ace. He could actually be spotted. Yes, he does get spotted just in time. Last minute, the bar was almost full. The diffuser was almost planted. And now it's all coming down to Nui in a very tough position in a 1 versus 1. This is another nice position to be planting in. And the Jaeger is maybe just playing a little bit too far to actually hear the diffuser. No, he does. He goes for the drop in fireplace. He might just be able to bait him off the diffuser, but no, he doesn't. He sticks. But in the end, still the Jaeger with the clutch quad kill right there, taking out Nui, and with plenty of time to make the defuse happen. He will win this round for his team, putting the score equal to 2.
Defenders win.
Beautiful round, I would say.
Yeah. Very, very good clutch there from the Jaeger, and that keeps Nightwolf in it. 2 rounds apiece now. Things are all tied up as they head back upstairs to the master bedroom. And yeah, what are your thoughts? Obviously, they lost this site twice, but do you think it's the right call to go there again?
I'm always a bit skeptical about that. Like, if you have chances to go to other bomb sites that you haven't played yet, I would always say, like, at least try it. Like, sometimes, even though the bomb site might be your favorite, you might have great stats for it, sometimes it just doesn't go your way, or your opponent is perfect at just countering the stress that you have there. So even though you have lost it twice, you might just consider going for a different bomb site. Because in case, even though it's not your favorite, it might just work out. And it will give you the points that you need. And then technically later on you might still have the chance to just play it again, but I wouldn't do it 3 times in a row. So let's say they will be able to win a bomb site right now. They could decide to go back there, but if they also lose this one, maybe they should try a different one again, which would be the basement, for example.
Yeah, absolutely.
But going 3 times to the same one straight is never a great idea, in my opinion, unless you have 3 different strategies.
Yeah, at least they've been to a couple other bomb sites first, but yeah, even still, I'm just not too sure about this decision from Nightwolf to go back to this top floor. Obviously, they're going to be feeling confident in it, otherwise they wouldn't have gone here, but yeah, I don't know. Just strikes me as a little bit odd that we're seeing this again as just droning really from the attack. We're starting to see some attackers enter the building here as we see Nui on this bottom floor. But yeah, again, it's that we're seeing from Unlimited once again, where you've got well, that's certainly different, but you've got the players coming in from this sort of bar area, but Lebkuchen getting very aggressive onto that window, perfectly taking out the Jackal of Holy Buds. He's still on a donut so far. 0 kills to 5 deaths in 5 rounds. Not exactly the scoreline you want, and Lebkuchen manages to dodge out the way. He finds Nui as well. That should not be happening. And Unlimited kind of falling apart a little bit as they've allowed this Aruni to get 2 massive kills.
A beautiful play there. He was getting contested so much. Nades were being thrown. He was contested from multiple areas, but still he manages to hold on to his location, taking out any opponent which comes in his way, which is, of course, a beautiful play there from Lebkuchen, bringing this round to 3 versus 5. But still 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining on the clock. Decent amount of time for the attackers to work with, but with their man difference, it will be much more difficult. They still do have the ace, they still have the Thatcher, so they can definitely change the building to their liking. But with Vasco getting killed there on force, it's a 2 versus 5 right now. And with the last minutes now starting, things will get very difficult. just both players playing here on the balcony right now. The position seems to be somewhat known, at least for one of the players. And by not moving, they're not achieving too much. Maybe they're just having like some kind of technical timeout right here. This is one way to do it, of course, because like you have one per team per map. So you not always want to spend those. This is one of the ways to do it. They're very likely to lose this round, and by just waiting here, playing it safe, just waiting for the kills, you not only boost your KD if it was a thing in this competition, if the statistic would be kept, but yeah, it's just a one way to just have a little talk with your team, like, hey, how can we improve things? What's going wrong? How did we lose so many people early on? How did it become to get to 2 versus 5? But in the end, yeah, not much happening here. The round
Justin
is...
got that kill as well.
He just did get a kill, and the other team member did get taken out. But this round is certainly going to be a win there for Team Orange Nightwolf. But yeah, 2-3 right now. Hopefully unlimited. It was worth it for them to just have a proper talk. Because I'm always a fan of just trying those 2 versus 5. You never know. You just saw how aggressive the opponent got towards the end. Clutching is always still an option. It's never impossible. But either way, I hope they manage to make good use of their time.
Yeah.
So yeah, now we'll be heading to round 6, the final round before the role swap will happen. So the final round for Unlimited to play as an attacking team and Nightwolf to play as a defending team. After this round, things will change, and we'll see how things will change in the favor of each team.
And yeah, I'm starting to get a bit of deja vu here, Max. I'm going to be honest. It's not looking good. We're starting to see this comeback forming once again. 3 rounds in a row for Nightwolf Esports, and a bit nervous that we might be seeing a bit of a repeat from the last map.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, obviously. Obviously, you know, there's still a lot of time for different things to happen. We're still in the first half, of course, but, you know, it just... Once these teams start to get this momentum, that's when it becomes really scary to play against them. And we've just seen Nightwolf, they've taken that bomb site that they lost twice at the start of this game. So... yeah, their spirits are certainly going to be feeling high. That won't help, as that's Justin's 3rd opening death of the game, and that's Nui going to be taking that one to him. But I mean, even if you're a Nightwolf fan, you're still going to be feeling pretty confident this one unlimited. I mean, we'll see what they can do. Obviously, they do have this advantage here. It's certainly an early advantage as well. Not even a minute off the clock. So, yeah, absolutely. This could be where their fortunes turn around.
Yeah, the good thing is that this time is even the Jackal getting the first kill instead of being killed himself, which was happening last time. The beautiful kill last time from, I believe it was Vasco. Lebkuchen, yeah, Lebkuchen indeed, yeah, Lebkuchen, you're right. But this time he will certainly be able to make a bit more of a difference for his team, just hopping in, finding those footprints, taking out the camp before he does so, scanning the blue one over the green one, which is an interesting choice, but still... yeah, he will be able to get a little bit of information on the enemy team, finding some of those footprints. And I don't know, you know, he couldn't go for wallbang right there. It would be a nice try, but but he finds Lebkuchen. Okay, last time it was Lebkuchen taking him out. Now it's him taking out Lebkuchen, and he just adds another second one, a third one for this round to his kill count. That's also Bilal taken out, which is Hookah and Vasco left alive, where Holybots even takes out Vasco, leaving Hookah all alone in this 5 versus 1.
At least finds the first kill. That was Holybud's first kill of the game, but soon taken out by Hookah as he's taken a quick double up on that top floor. Still 3 players left to find. Does take the swing onto that main breach, but nothing found. And this position still very scary if you're Hookah Unlimited. Look like they are in a very good place right now, and Hookah can't quite get the angle. Oh, he's found it! But the plant does get stuck, has to dip out of there as Beckeros finishes that plant. iFast has dropped down as well, and it's a quad for Hookah. Just one more kill for the ace and for the clutch. He's hiding behind the bomb chassis, and here comes the sledge running. It's the ace and the clutch. 10 kills for Hookah in the game right now, and that 4-round win streak for Nightwolf stays strong. And what an ace. 1 versus 5 even, Max. What is going on?
Yeah, just like I said for the previous round, just try those 1 versus 5, 2 versus 5. You might as well win it, and here you get it. The perfect example. Jaeger just clutching it out, even ending up in a post-plant position, but still manages to win it. He had no clue where the sledge was. He went for the defuse, but in the end, he managed to somehow hear the sledge running around, or he had some kind of intel, and in the end, he managed to get the final kill there as well. A beautiful, beautiful comeback there from the Jaeger, and yeah. Yeah, beautiful play.
I'm speechless. Wow.
I am. And yeah, with the 6th round now passing, we'll be heading into Rolls-Up right here, where now it's Team Orange playing on the attack and Team Blue playing as the defending team. So let's see if that's going to make any change whatsoever. It's still more and more becoming to look like the previous map that we saw. 2 wins for Team Blue, then 4 wins for Team Orange. Will be 3 more wins for Team Orange to make it a 2-7 once again, or will Unlimited be able to work things around? Now they do have the change of side they're playing on.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, fortunes could very well change here in the second half, like you said. But I mean, certainly spirits riding high in the Nightwolf camp after that one. Hookah 1 versus 5 ace clutch, and yeah, that pattern is still continuing. Only 3 rounds needed for the orange team on the right, Nightwolf, to take this in the exact same fashion that we saw that previous game go. And honestly, it looks likely.
Oh, are we going to see some kind of rush here? It does seem like it. So many people preparing. Just Candelas are being thrown in, smacks in, flashbangs coming out, smoke scanners coming out. Busker with a double kill, and then but already going for the plants. The glass with the thermal scope, just waiting for anyone to appear. In the end, it's the guy with the kill there on Justin. But in the end, the plant goes down. It's a 2 versus 2 with many people losing their life on each side. But a 2 versus 2 where actually the guy is going for the defuse. Will they be able to stop him? That's the question. But yes, they do. In the end, they do take him out. Lepkoch is still on the rappel, a beautiful position to contest the defense from, the defuse from. Throws in the drone, but that one unfortunately gets taken out. No option for him to take it out right there. But in the end, C4 gets drone, he manages to dodge it, survives the fall, but then forced with the kill there on Lepkochen. Where is the IQ? She's close. She will be able to contest it. Yes, she does. She takes out Force, wins the round for the team, and it's an attacking round win for Nightwolf. Another round for Team Orange right there. A 3-5 score and a beautiful, beautiful rush, if you ask me.
Yeah, that was very well played by Nightwolf, and they've won 5 in a row now, and this train just keeps on pushing. They will not give Unlimited an inch inside of this game. We had Unlimited looking as underdogs, and they started out so strong, but again, just not able to bring it back into this game. We said the same thing about Odessa, and it's happening again here. And part of me kind of wants it to go the same way now, just because I feel like that would be good for the storyline. But at the same time, I also just I want something different to happen at the same time. You know?
Yeah, for sure. It's a beautiful, beautiful first day. Like what can you ask for? Like, just imagine if today, the first day, will have been like 7-0s or something, you know? Absolutely not what we're looking for, and instead we're getting much more interesting matches. Even though it was a 2-7, and this might as well become a 2-7, it's so much more interesting already, and I'm absolutely loving it. I missed ESA. I'm happy to be back, and this is more a warm welcome I was hoping for.
My first broadcast, at least, of 2023, and assuming it's probably yours as well.
Yeah.
And it is, man, this is why I love casting so much, because I'm not good enough to do any of this, like, actually in game. Like, I'd run a donut the entire time. But these players could probably like beat me in a 1v1 if even like I play on PC, and these players could still probably beat me in a 1v1 on controller. I'm a bit of a potato when it comes to actually playing Siege, but understanding it is fine, which is why I just feel so comfortable in this casting seat. And when you have plays like this, man, it just makes it so worthwhile.
Yeah, and especially with the SI qualifiers now coming to an end, this is a perfect switch of content. Of course, you don't need to be sad to not see any pro plays, because the pro plays are right here. These players are absolutely the best you can get on the competitive console level for Europe. So I hope you guys are enjoying this match. I totally am, and there's much more to come with every week being happening. Every day matches happening for 7 weeks straight. So there's so much more to come. This is only the tip of the iceberg.
And Justin involved in the opening duel again. This time it's Nui being taken out and the electrical destroyed from below. That allows his breach to be opened up. The Selma charges off the Ace. Obviously didn't see them in that last game, but coming through now, that's Bilal opening up that main breach, and Vasco as well providing some cover. With that skeleton team, it looks like they're gearing up for plant here as well. Putin, what a shot! They still need to be aware of force downstairs, but with that air jab going off, they're going to be more than prepared. And Hookah collects that from below. 2 versus 4 now for Unlimited. Becca Rose from this long angle fires some peppering of some shots, but nothing gained. Shotgun in, and that's Lebkuchen being taken down. Flashbangs come through once again. Nade caught out by the ADS, and there's a Toxic Babe over the top. 30 seconds as Vasco finds another. It's just Becca Rose in the 1 versus 3. Takes out Vasco. 2 left to find, however. Certainly doable in the clutch. It's now Justin falls as well. Again, rests on Hookah in this 1 versus 1 to salvage the round for Nightwolf. 13 seconds remaining on this clock. This could be the thing that sets Unlimited back into this game, but no, Hookah locks it down once again in the final moment, and that is match point for Nightwolf Esports as they've won 6 in a row.
Yeah, it just seems to be another repetition. Repetition is that word? No, repeating of the previous map. Again, a 2-6 score match point. If Nightwolf managed to win another round, this will be all over, and we see another 2-7. But at the same time, this is the do or die moment for Unlimited. Try to work things around, maybe even call in that tactical timeout to get a little bit of time to chat a little bit, but it doesn't seem to be happening. But either way, this might just become a final round, and with the rounds that we've seen so far, this might just be another beautiful one. Just like the previous one, which was a beautiful attack of Team Nightwolf.
Yeah, absolutely. Hookah, I mean, very, very useful in these end round moments, I guess you could say. Yet again, proving their worth.
10 seconds to go.
And again, I've seen the castle. I think that's interesting.
Yeah,
certainly. I don't know whether I like it, but it's interesting. I'm not entirely opposed to the idea either, but I don't know. We'll certainly have to find out sooner or later whether this certainly helps side of Unlimited. Obviously, they are kind of on their last options here. Just 1 more round loss, and that's it. That's game over. So, you know, they're trying to push for overtime 4 rounds in a row. Certainly possible, but they're going to be able to do it.
Oh, that's one way to start the round. That's already the Buck, Justin with the first kill there on Force. It's the Aruni, unfortunately, taken out very early on. She did place a lot of utility mostly, but that's of course one less gun in the hands of the team that needs it the most right here. 2-6 in the 4 versus 5. That's not a great way to start this round. And with still more than 1 minute remaining, the attackers have plenty of time to hop into the building, get that first bit of control. Sledgehammer coming out to open up the office area to get further control, and before they know it, soon they will have top control, which will make it much more difficult for the defending team to keep control over their bomb site. It's just here the guy is playing upstairs towards Solarium, towards the stairs, from where he can still have a nice line of sight towards the majority of the top floor. But as he's being drawn out, he's getting a bit cautious. He knows his life is in danger, and in the end, maybe a good call, he decides to fall back.
Yeah, this is going to be the sort of final fortress for okay, Vasco. Interesting use of a nade there. I think that was probably a bit of a misinput, but does make up for it with the kill onto Zachary, and things just the dominoes falling into place for Nightwolf once again. 3 versus make that 2 versus 5 even. Svasco finds another with that frag grenade. The vertical starting to come alive as well. 1 minute left in the round, which is plenty of time for Nightwolf to secure this. As Justin's in the depths of the bomb site, taken out though by Becca Rose, and this could be the start of a comeback, start of something being given in return for Unlimited, as it's now Nui and Becca Rose in this 2 versus 4 situation. 40 seconds left, and they've got to try and hold on this one final time.
Yeah, the cage electric claws are certainly being very effective in this case, as the attacking team not really has anything to deal with them. They can create some verticals to destroy the ones on the wall towards the southern fireplace area. With the one on hedge, that's going to be a huge problem as the guy gets a kill there on Bilal. It's a 2 versus 3, but as he's getting taken out himself as well, it's a 1 versus 3. Just Nui all alone in this 1 versus 3. He's going for a nice flank though. This might not be expected by the attacking team. As Ash go for the plants, he just needs to wait a little bit and denies the plants. If he does, he can just run away and he will actually win this round. If he does, if he survives, he does. Will anyone take over? But no, they don't. A beautiful play there from the Frost, meaning they will win this round. Finally, Unlimited changed the tides, changed what we kind of expected of this round to happen. Of what we does the opposite of what we expected to happen. It's now a 3-7 score. And therefore Unlimited 1 round closer to denying the match point, but still 3 rounds behind on their opponents. Still a long way to go, but the start has been made. This might be the start for them to work on a full comeback, but the road ahead is still long.
Attackers need to
Well,
locate and defuse bombs.
changing, stopping the tide a little bit here. Unlimited managed to hold on a very good clutch from Nui in that 1 versus 3, just wasting the time exactly as required.
That was a beautiful play, of course. Like, he wasn't a 1 versus 3 situation, but all he needed to do was just deny the plant. And he knew the person was planting. He could hear it because it wasn't in close proximity. So he likely, I assume, he heard it. And he just found the Ash. Like, the rotation was so smart. At this late moment in a 2 versus 3 situation, I think it was at a point, doing a rotation like that is so risky, but if it works, it just pays off so well. No one was expecting him from there. No one was really covering that area. And then the planter was just fully exposed from that position. And just a beautiful way to win the round.
Yeah, absolutely. And Nightwolf certainly don't want things to go the same way as we saw that first half. Obviously, they've won the first 2 rounds of this half. That's exactly what happened for Unlimited. Won the first 2 rounds, didn't get anything else other than that. So, I'm just saying, it's still possible for Unlimited to have a chance in this game. And Nui on the Solace being aware of these drones, being aware of where these attackers are coming in from. But it is going to get pressured a little bit more. Obviously, the library position up above, the attackers are starting to move in, starting to close down as we once again have this match point situation. As the Gemini clone runs in, Nui finds one onto Vasco, shut down by Justin, however, in the immediate trade. So it's still 4 versus 4, and that's Zachary finding Lebkuchen. And once again, Unlimited have a bit of an advantage here, Max.
A bit of an advantage, exactly. Like I said, this could be the start of the comeback, and things are starting out in the correct way, as they're hoping, of course. Winning another round will make it a 4-6, which will bring them another round closer to bringing this map to overtime. But before it gets that far, they need to win 3 rounds, including this one, as they cannot afford to lose any at this point, since their opponent is on match points. With 1 minute and 27 seconds on the clock, there's still enough time for the attacking team to work on a comeback right here, to just regain the advantage, or at least make it equal. And with the fuse coming out, this will start to become very interesting. The shield of the smoke, of course, is very vulnerable in this position, but luckily the smoke destroys the barricade, which of course also destroys the the fuse charge. And then with force, with another kill there on Justin, taking out the fuse, the round win for the defenders is starting to become more and more likely.
Yeah, the breach not cleared either, so Hookah trying to find that one from below, just nothing happening right now as another explosion comes through. Hookah on the underneath, getting pressured by those impact grenades, and 40 seconds left. They have to try and push for something as Bilal now nearly gets that flick on to the defender that was shooting at them. I think that was forced, but
yeah. In the end, the attackers actually being able to breach open the wall as the
Yeah.
claw was cleared, but the Holy Buds with the kill on Hookah's below with the kill on Holy. It's a 3 versus 1, a tough position, 14 seconds only remaining. Below has the diffuser, he finds the first, it's a 2 versus 1 right now. Defuse is
Surely
technically possible, but it will be very unlikely. 4 seconds, he just hunts for the kills, he should go for the plan, but he is just hunting for the kills. A quick repositioning might just mask his position, they might not know where he is, but in the end, it's Akuri looking for him, he cannot find him. Does he find him? Yes, in the last seconds he does find him in the end, but it was getting too close. But in the end, the defender still managed to win this round, which is another one for Unlimited right there, which brings the score right now to a 4-6 position. Still 2 points ahead, 2 points advantage there for Nightwolf, but things are becoming closer as Unlimited just won 2 rounds in a row.
yeah, absolutely. At what point do you have the timeout as well? Because
Yeah, surely. Yeah, like Nightwolf is currently on this momentum, and having a timeout from I mean Unlimited is currently on the momentum, and Nightwolf also not performing as well as we have seen from the previous rounds. Of course, losing 2 in a row. It will be a perfect moment for them, for themselves to talk through the strategies, but also to break the momentum of Unlimited right there. So either this round would have been a good one, or the next upcoming one if they don't manage to win this one. The tactical timeout could certainly work very well for Nightwolf right there.
yeah, absolutely. Solis being brought along once again, and I'm liking the look of Lebkuchen on the Amaru. Hopefully this does get stuck, and it does. Very, very exciting. Inside around number 11, as we get closer and closer towards possibly seeing an overtime match. Looks like it's going to be a very quick entry into that top floor window, and well, the player was caught unawares, and that's Nui taken out straight away. Both of those players kind of just sort of looked at each other a little bit for a second and just went, hang on a minute.
How did you get it that fast?
Yeah, I mean, even Lebkuchen looked a bit surprised that Nui was standing right there in front of his face, so certainly an interesting one for the start of things. Yeah. Wall gets de-electrified, the high floor taken out, so now that can be breached, of course. Obviously, you don't really need much hard breach on the bomb site itself. It's mainly about clearing that vertical, gaining that control above. As Justin also getting some control from below as well. They might not even expect this Unlimited. He could sneak his way in entirely unknown as force. Yep, there we go. Does claim that one. Justin taking a little bit of time to come up, and that's Becca Rose just about clinging on to life in that kill box as they take the headshot finally onto Justin, but at the heavy cost of their own. Kuchen still on this upstairs, still on the outside, trying to push in, and this is very aggressive from Nightwolf. They're being a lot quicker this time around, Max.
They certainly are, and that's exactly what they needed. It seems to be helping, especially with Osuke being very low, and then the Hookah with another kill on Zakuri. It's a 2 versus 4, but with the Kate being so low in HP, this might just become a 1 versus 4 very, very quickly. The attackers need to be very careful with their time. They still have 1 minute, so they need to be just drone a little bit. They shouldn't take too much risk at this point. They just take it slow, and it's working out very well for them. We are hearing some hedges being breached or whatsoever. There's also lots of droning happening, forcing even Smoke to use his smoke canisters right now. His remaining smoke canisters, he only has 1 more left with still 49 seconds on the clock. Another great timing, but attackers are just pressuring so much that he just is forced to use them. In the end, he does find the Nomad, but then Lebkuchen with a kill on Holy Butts, leaving Kate all alone, and as it was about to switch, he gets taken out. That's the final defender losing his life, meaning Nightwolf will win this round with a 4-7 score, ending this match right here. Ooh,
yeah,
hey.
The elite animation, and that is pretty cool. Hookah, I mean, certainly MVP for me as well. Winning that 1 versus 5 ace clutch, ridiculous. Just absolutely ridiculous. 12 kills in the game as well. And that locks out Chalet here. 7 rounds to 4, like you mentioned, for Nightwolf Esports, taking out Unlimited, but they're at least not last in the group, because if you take into account the round difference, that is actually Odessa, but not the start that Unlimited would want.
Sorry?
They had a good run of things in that second half,
Yeah,
but
surely.
the rush strat and just changing up their strategy from Nightwolf, getting a bit quicker on the pulse certainly helped
Yep.
them out inside of that round. And I mean, the Amari play coming in, I could almost be certain that Nui and Lebkuchen were just a bit confused at that point, just seeing each other. But
Yeah. That's of course is one of the things, like especially with Amaru, you have this disadvantage when you hop in. Like you still need to grab that weapon, which is like a disadvantage for Amaru. But at the same time, like expecting someone so early on inside of the building, I think the first 15 seconds ish, you're not really expecting anyone to be inside that fast, and it always creates these awkward situations. I even completely forgot we did this prediction in the chat. I'm not even sure what the viewers actually expected of this match. It was actually a 3 versus 4, so Nightwolf winning, just as was expected. So 3-4. That's quite close, quite accurate into what we actually saw as the end results. But yeah, either way, like such a beautiful match, such an interesting match, almost like a comeback happening from Unlimited, but a Nightwolf still fighting back. Nothing more to say. Just a beautiful match right here. Exactly what we're hoping for.
High energy once again, and that certainly provided the kicker siege that we've been needing. Obviously, I think it's 8 or 9 days until the 6th Invitational. That sort of culmination of the year, and not to mention, that also marks the start of the next year. We will be getting, the year reveal, season reveal. I can't wait to see personally what we've got in store for year 8 of Siege, and I know that it will certainly be very, very exciting to watch.
Of course.
Mind bending to cast, obviously, as it gets with every new update. But
yeah, it's always like one of the most beautiful times of the year, like like some people call it Christmas, New Year's Eve or whatever, but like of course like the year reveal is like one of those big things, where like the big news comes out. Like we have heard big news across platform, cross progression. We have heard things like at one point even the map ban system within the game, like within ranked 2.0, which some people might like, some people don't like. Like so many big news comes out on these days, and I'm super excited. And it's not just the year reveal, but also the year season 1 reveal, like the first season of the year. So we also will know which operator we're expecting, whether a new map will be coming, any competitive map pool changes for like any map pool or competitive changes. I'm like super excited for that, and I can't wait to see those happen. So we'll surely be looking out for that. But also one more thing that you guys should be looking out for is like that we have daily matches right now, like we already pointed out before, meaning tomorrow there will be more matches, which will actually be broadcasted tomorrow. At least we're planning to have those broadcasted. And in the end, those matches will be Alpenfestung versus MVG Germany, technically the last match of this group, although of course we had to skip one match for today due to the issues, which will be played on a later moment. But technically that should have been the last match of Group A, Week 1, after which the first week should have been completed there, and the standings for Week 1. But things will work out a little bit differently. But then also Bubats versus Native. So tomorrow 2 matches, after which Wednesday we also plan to be back again with 3 matches like today. So just make sure to keep an eye on the socials. That's the best way to stay in touch with us, to see which matches are being broadcasted, which matches might not be broadcasted. And of course also Wikipedia is a great way to stay in touch, where especially Exia today has been doing great work to edit all of the information that has been coming out today live on Wikipedia. So even if you're heading to Wikipedia right now, you will see just all the matches already being completely filled in, which operators were banned, which operators were banned, by which sides, which rounds were won, which maps were played, which maps were banned. So much useful information right there. So make sure to explore Wikipedia as well, as it's a great source of information.
Absolutely. But I think with that, we're going to have to wrap things up here. I know I'm certainly ready to go to sleep.
Yes.
It's quite late here in the evening, but with some good siege action like this, not really too don't really mind too much. But yeah, like I say, that's it from me. I've been casting with the lovely Bosa Max over in that direction. Um, he's also been producing and observing. Man's a machine. I don't know how he does it. And yeah, we've had Exia on the Liquipedia making things run smoothly. We've had Rednax and Rad helping out, doing the moderation as well. All the teams behind the scenes making things run as smoothly as possible without Ubisoft intervention, obviously. But yeah, thank you all so very much for watching as well. We gotta thank the viewers. But yeah, that's gonna be it. We will see you in the future this week for more ESA Cup action. See you then.
Yeah, have a good evening. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye.